Hey, BookTube Sean here, and today I want to do part 2 of my November book haul. I've gotten quite a few books uh, this last half of the month. First off, I want to apologize up front for any camera shaking. I have the tripod on top of the monitor of my laptop, and the camera, my phone strapped into it. So it's on my laptop on my lap because my shoulder is hurting and I need my heat pad. So because I'm old, and so I need to film this out here, and all my books were already out here. So there's going to be a little bit of camera shaking. Uh, so I apologize for that because I can't keep my lap steady as I'm moving around. But I also want to say I know I did a November wrap up part 1. There will be no November wrap up part 2. I did not finish anything since my last wrap up. Yeah. Just life. But anyways, let's get. Oh, second of all, or third of all, actually, I want to say a big thank you to. I've already sent her a Voxer message thanking her too, but to Samantha at Sam's Nonsense. She did a Twitter thread for booktubers who were age 30 and over to link their channels. And I have gotten a few new subscribers since then. So welcome to anybody new, especially new from that thread. I'm happy to have you here, and thank you, Sam, for providing that opportunity for all of us. So let's get into the book haul. The first little thing, because it's the easiest to grab, is on Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My mother-in-law brought over some books and wanted to know if I wanted them, and I absolutely did. These are amazing. I can't. I mean, one of them is a little bit beat up, but I don't care. What she brought me over was the novelizations of the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night and Help movies, and 2 of John Lennon's books, and these look like the original books. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. But John Lennon in his own right, and John Lennon, a Spaniard in the works. These are just. I am a huge Beatles fan, so I told her, yeah, it's just if it's Beatles, assume I want it. So in a Spaniard in the works is some of his small writings and poems with his artwork. And I went years ago. I mean, I'm talking maybe 25 years ago, probably. I went to an art exhibit. My dad took me to an art exhibit. Yeah, Yoko Ono was touring his artwork around, and it hit Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I was so super excited to see that. Yeah, I'm a big Beatles and John Lennon fan, so I'm super excited to have those. Next, let's go over here. I got one of my, and I'm gonna do a channel, or I'm gonna do a 2019 goals video at some point as I work out what all my goals are gonna be. But I know one of them was one of my goals from this year that I kind of failed on, and I want to read more translated fiction. So I got a couple of books in this month. The first, and there's a bookmark in it because I've already started it, is A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos. and it is translated from the French by Hildegard Searle. This is from Europa Editions. And Europa is a publisher who I want to get more from too, because they put out a lot of translated fiction. So they're going to be a publisher that I'm gonna see what they have coming out and see what they have out, and kind of use what they're putting out a little bit to lead me to translated fiction, because it's not something that that I am very well versed in. So, if anybody has any recommendations for me, please put them in the comments. But this is a YA novel, YA fantasy novel about a world. The world has been broken apart into like chunks. And there is this is as much as really as I know about it. And there's a girl who can move through mirrors. And so far, just in the first couple chapters, we've learned that she has gotten betrothed to somebody from a part of the world, like on the other side of the world, called the Pole, which I'm assuming is meant to be like the North Pole, North or South Pole, really, really cold. But that's as much as I know about it so far. I've heard really great things about it. And I've said it before. I'm not a huge YA reader, but I do find YA novels that I am interested in, and this is definitely one of them. And this is the first. I think it's gonna be a 4-book series. I think the second one comes out in April. I think I've heard, but I'm definitely. I mean, I was so excited to get into it. I got started getting into it right away. So I think this is going to be a good book to read for the winter. I also got Norma by Sophie Oksanen, and it is translated by where is it? Owen F. Witzman. Translated from the Finnish. And this is from Knopf Publishers. Yeah, Alfred A. Knopf. Sophie Oksanen also wrote The Purge, which I have on my Kindle. So she's an author I've been wanting to check out. I know this is about a girl whose hair communicates with her. This is short. I'll read it. When Anita Naka jumps in front of an oncoming train, her daughter, Norma, is left alone with the secret they have spent their lives hiding. Norma has supernatural hair, sensitive to the slightest changes in her mood, and the moods of those around her, moving of its own accord, corkscrewing when danger is near. And so it is her hair that alerts her, while she talks with a strange man at her mother's funeral, that her mother may not have taken her own life. Setting out to reconstruct Anita's final months, sifting through puzzling cell phone records, bank statements, video files, Norma begins to realize that her mother knew more about her hair's powers than she let on. A sinister truth beyond Norma's imagining. As Sophie Oksanen leads us ever more deeply into Norma's world, weaving together past and present, she gives us a dark family drama that is a searing portrait of both the exploitation of women's bodies and the extremes to which people will go for the sake of beauty. That sounded really interesting to me. So, I kind of ordered it right away as soon as I learned about it. And I want to say, and it's probably true, that I saw it on Russell and Ink and Paper Blog's channel. So, but yeah, as soon as I heard it talked about, I ordered it. So I'm excited about that. Then I got, and some of you may have seen my Twitter and Instagram posts, but I got a stack of books. Actually, I'll show you this one first, because this one I just got in, and it's one I bought, and then I'll get into the stack of books for my work rewards program. I picked up a copy of Under a Pole Star by Steph Penny. This was, I want to say, it was either I don't remember exactly which award it was. It was either the Booker or the Costa last year. It was nominated. I'm not positive on that. I didn't look it up before I started recording. But I know it was not, because I had checked it out from the library and I was enjoying it, and then my library loan was up and I couldn't renew it. so I had to take it back. And I always meant to get myself a copy of it, but I was waiting for the paperback to come out. And then once the paperback came out, I kind of forgot about it. And something made me remember it a few weeks ago. And I finally got myself a copy of it. And it's set against the stark, timeless beauty of northern Greenland and Findicicle, New York, and London. Under a Pole Star is a compelling look at the dark side of the golden age of exploration, a study of the corrosive power of ambition, and an epic incendiary love story. Flora Mackey, a whaler's daughter, first crossed the Arctic Circle at the age of 12 and sets out to become a scientist and polar explorer, despite those who believe a woman has no place in this harsh world. In 1892, her determination leads her back to the north at the head of a British expedition. In telling Flora's story, Under a Pole Star shows that sometimes you have sometimes you have to travel to the furthest edge of the world in order to find your true place in it. I was a couple hundred pages into this last year. And I was bummed I had to take it back because it's close to a 600-page book. So, and I'm probably just gonna restart it and read what I read before. I remember a little bit of what I read before, so it might be a little bit of a slog for a little bit, just because sometimes if I remember what I've already read, to reread it is a bit of a slog. But I'll get through it because I was really enjoying this. And I was really bummed that I couldn't hang on to it and finish it. Now, I got some books. I've talked about my work rewards program before. You've seen me, those who've been with me for a while have seen me haul books from it before. So I had some points given to me by team leaders. And I always use them to get books. So I'm just going to go through them really quick. It's going to be another goal of mine next year to make shorter videos. Not every video needs to be close to a half an hour. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on the books. I'm just basically going to show you what I got. Some of them I've even talked about before. So I already have this on Kindle, but I could get a physical copy of it for free. So I got White is for Witching by Helen Oyeyemi. And I also got Mr. Fox by Helen Oyeyemi. So I'm kind of starting a Helen Oyeyemi collection. I haven't read a full book of hers. I have read part of this and was really enjoying it. And again, I'm probably going to just restart it because I know I was only like 60 pages into it or something. But I'm probably going to do that really soon. And I just found out that Helen Oyeyemi has a new book coming out next year called Gingerbread. So that's on my watch list. I got another Europa Editions book, Star Nun. It's not Star Nun. It's called Trick by Domenico Star Nun, and it's translated by Jhumpa Lahiri. And this was shortlisted. I'm pretty sure it was shortlisted for the National Book Award International. Or National Book Award Translated Literature Prize this year. The Emissary ended up winning it, but I know this was longlisted. I'm pretty sure it was shortlisted. So I'm excited about that. And I'm trying to make more of a point to tell you guys who the publishers are on books too. Both of these are from Riverhead Books, and Under a Pole Star is from Quercus. Speaking of Jhumpa Lahiri, I also got her Pulitzer Prize, National Book Award finalist book, The Lowland. This also won the I'm going to pull it up because I have blanked on the award, and of course it's the one spreadsheet I don't have freaking open right now. Literary award winners. I learned about this award a couple weeks ago when their short list came out. The DSC Prize for South Asian Literature. This won in 2015. So if anybody is going to be doing the 2019 Reading Women Challenge, which I am going to do a video talking about what I'm going to read for that. I think I've mostly got it worked out. There's a couple things that I'm leaving open. So I'll be doing a TBR for the 2019 Reading Women Challenge, and this will be on it. One of the bonus prompts for that is to read a book by Jhumpa Lahiri, but there's also a prompt to read a book from a South Asian author. And this DSC prize for South Asian literature is a great resource for that. So this will work for that too. And then I got 3 Camilla Shamsi books. You guys have heard me talk about how much I loved Homefire. I've talked about it a lot. And I really, really want to read the rest of Camilla Shamsi's books. I'm hoping that I like them as much as I liked Homefire, or even if I like them half as much as I like Homefire, then Camilla Shamsi will become a favorite author. I don't like to call somebody a favorite author after I've only read one book of theirs. They have to impress me multiple times, more than once. But Camilla Shamsi definitely has the potential for that. But I've got A God in Every Stone, Burnt Shadows, which I have talked about on the channel before because I had it out from the library once and never got to it. And the same with Broken Verses. I had this out from the library and was in a library hall once, and I never got to it. So that is it. That is book haul, November book haul part 2. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you've read any of these. If you have any translated fiction recommendations for me. I'm really trying to look more into that, and it's not knowing a ton about what's out there. It's been a little difficult. So please, if you have translated fiction recommendations for me, hit me up in the comments. Other than that, even if you just want to say hi, leave me a comment. Thank you to all my subscribers. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm happy to have you. I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I hope you stick around. And if you'd like to, hit the subscribe button so you'll know when I post new videos. And I'll see you all in the next one.